Smitty from the Fantasy Football Show, and tonight I've got a special treat for you. I'm breaking down my Scott Fish Bowl draft. I was invited into the Scott Fish Bowl. If you don't know, it's one of the biggest leagues out there. It's got Matthew Berry, Adam Rank, the fantasy footballers. Every single big name analyst you can think of is in this draft. And it's a super flex. It's a premium tight end. It's got 1,000 teams in it, multiple thousands of different teams in all different leagues, and they all collide, I believe, for one winner. It's for charity. It's a great cause. And your man Smitty got the 1.01 in my 12, my group of 12 people in my league, in my specific conference of my league. And what do you think I did? I've been preaching Barkley at the 1.1, but this is a super flex league. It's a premium tight end league. I had the 1.1. Did I go Barkley? You're going to find out right now because I'm going to break down the top, 4 or 5 rounds for you. Top 5 running backs. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
Smitty.
Take a laugh. Welcome to the show. Thanks for making the show 4.3K here on YouTube in just a little under a year and a half. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell Bill from accounting to come sub to the show. Let's move this to a 4.4 by the end of the night. How's that sound? What's going on, Corey? What's going on, Ryan? What's up, Juju? What's up, Sergio, Marco, Tyler, Marco Silva brothers are in the house. Corey, damn glad to have you all here. And I'm going to break down my Scott Fish Bowl draft, ladies and gentlemen. Super flex, premium tight end, 0.5 PPR, and receptions get 0.5. I'm sorry, first downs get 0.5 points per first down. So it's kind of a unique scoring. The other twist here is that I got the 1.1. I'm thinking Barkley, or Mahomes. It's super flex, so I'm thinking about that. And the man himself, Scott Fish, reached out to me on Twitter because I posted about who am I going to take? Is it Barkley? And he said, and this is my first time doing it, it's such a crazy scoring, unique scoring. I shouldn't say crazy, unique. Basically, I think they got to narrow down all the teams in some crazy format. So, week 1 of the playoffs is week 13, not week 14. And the interesting thing about this format is that weeks 1 through 12, your average in that time frame, so weeks 1 through 12, whatever you're averaging, let's make math simple and say that you score 150 a game. That average gets added on to what you actually score in week 13, which is the first round of the playoffs. So to make math simple, let's say you average 150 a game from weeks 1 through 12. And let's say you actually score 150 in week 13, which is round 1 of the playoffs. That combined scores 300, and that's what you score in the first week of the playoffs. So it is really important what you do from weeks 1 through 12, because that average is going to have a heavy weight on whether you go forward in the first round. So McCaffrey's got a bye in week 13. I thought to myself, oh my God, I can't draft McCaffrey and have him on a bye during the playoffs. I can't do it, right? Wrong. Because I could get a first round bye. And I'm hoping for that. So let me show you the draft. I went McCaffrey. McCaffrey was the 1.01 by your man Smitty. And it's because I have faith in my drafting ability and my team, and I think I'm going to get a first round bye in week 13 when McCaffrey's on a bye himself. I'm going to try and go bye free with McCaffrey all year long by doing this maneuver. And he scored, second highest points in the format. I took McCaffrey at 1. Remember, Superflex, premium tight end, 0.5 PPR, and 0.5 for first downs. Let me go through this. I don't want to hear, why are quarterbacks going so early, Smitty? It's because it's Superflex, guys. Get with the times. McCaffrey, 1.1 to your man. Number 2, Zeke Elliott. Number 3, Patty Mahomes. Number 4, Saquon Barkley. Number 5, Lamar. Actually, this isn't even my draft. This is not my draft. I screenshotted the wrong league. When you look at the actual draft, you have to sort by your division, and of course I goofed on that. So let me re-screenshot that. Ask a question while you wait. I was wondering why that order looked a little off. That wasn't me. I didn't make that selection. That was somebody else's draft. Oh man, it's been a long week. What's up, Elgin? What's up, Corey? Glad to have you. Appreciate you all being here. Let me screenshot the top. Let's see. Top. Can I get the top? All right, let me click on the right division this time. My phone is blowing up, of course. All right, screenshot that bad boy. And let me drag that on the screen. I really like my strategy. Remember, this is a super flex league. I don't want to hear any of the comments. How come you took Watson so early, Schmitty? Oh. I know I'm going to hear it. Can you even see that? Hopefully you can. Number 1, your man Smitty took Christian McCaffrey. Number 2 was Saquon Barkley. Number 3, Patty Mahomes. Number 4, Lamar Jackson. All par for the course. Elliott, number 5. Kamara, number 6. Derrick Henry, number 7. It gets a little interesting when you start factoring in who really, really, really values premium tight ends and does well drafting this way. I've never, in my opinion, it's hard to build a good enough team to win out when you're drafting a Kelsey or a Kittle in your first round. Even in a tight end premium league, you've really got to land those other spots. I'd rather get the for sure stud scoring running backs, wide receivers, in like a Mahomes or Lamar, and try and bank on having that tight end that is the next Kittle. You know, guy like Hawk could be an example. Hawkinson. I like Gronk more than most people. He could be top 6 or 7. Those are the tight ends I like to go after in a tight end premium league, and I'll show you who I took in this draft. So after it went Elliott at 5, Kamara, Henry, Kelsey at number 8. It went Kittle at 9, Mike Thomas at 10, Miles Sanders so high at 11. I don't like that pick at all. I think that's way too early. You're banking on him getting Kamara type run, which he could get, but you have to package in the risk. There's no risk whatsoever baked in, especially in a super flex. No risk whatsoever baking into that draft selection, because look who I got down at 12, 2.12, Jacobs. Like, how is Miles Sanders safe up there when guys like Jacobs are falling, Eckler and Drake, because of super flex and premium tight end? Just a really early pick. I don't like that at all. Mark Andrews, number 12. Interesting note on Mark Andrews, he will be the only player in the NFL playing with type 1 diabetes in 2020, which means he'll probably be sticking his finger about 25, 30 times a game. Something to keep in mind, something to monitor. And really a great story, though, that this guy's playing with type 1 diabetes, and they're going to do case studies on this, and, you know, how did he respond? How well is he playing? But there is some concern if you want to break it down from a fantasy perspective, and I am in the business of fantasy football, so I do have to address it from that angle. But I do want to first note by saying, you know, inspiration Mark Andrews is for playing with type 1 diabetes and trying to monitor that during the game. The whole game, it's got to be taxing on somebody to be taking literally 30 finger pricks during the game and trying to monitor that. So hat off to Andrews. But keep it in mind now moving forward. Dak Prescott, way too early at 2.1. I get it, super flex, but look at the QBs and where Wilson is, where Breeze is. Breeze scores particularly good in this format too. I just honestly, with the tight end premium, I went into this going, I'm going to bank on quarterbacks not going as high and as often as you would see in a normal super flex. I think I rolled the dice a little bit, but I think it paid off, because look at my boy Watson down below. I'm moving ahead. I'm moving ahead. I know you can see it, but I want to go in order. Dak Prescott, so way too early. Andrews and Prescott, I'm going to look at his team at the end, and we're going to see if Roto Baller Richard King, is it? We'll see how his team looks, but I can't imagine he created a really, really dynamic team that I'm going to be afraid of by going tight end and quarterback, especially going Prescott. It's not like he went Kelsey or Kittle. He went Andrews and Dak. It's going to be tough to imagine. I haven't looked at all the teams yet in full. I've just been staring at my team like all day long. So I haven't had time to look at anybody else's team. I love my team. 2.02. Aaron Jones. Way too high in a regular draft. We're talking about throwing in QBs and tight ends way above a normal draft, like where they would go. And you got Aaron Jones going at 2.02. Dalvin Cook at 2.03 is a good value. Joe Mixon at 2.04 sounds about right, but I wouldn't take him that high personally. Devontae Adams fell to 2.05. Nick Chubb fell to 2.06. This is what happens in Superflex tight end premium leagues. These good, solid running backs fall pretty far. So do the wide receivers. Drew Brees 2.07. Russell Wilson 2.08. I'm getting nervous at this point, thinking, man, am I not going to get Watson? Am I not going to get a quarterback that I want? Am I going to be worried and Kyler Murray get taken, Watson get taken, and what if both are there? Do I take Kyler Murray and Watson? I would have totally contemplated that. Eckler gone. My heart sank. Drake gone. I'm getting nervous at this point. Kyler Murray gone, but I'm on the clock. And I'm pretty happy because Josh Jacobs is a darn good 12 to 13 overall pick in 2020 normal drafts. I'd even argue him at 7, 8, 9, 10. He is packaged. There's a lot of risk packaged into his value. I'm sorry, the risk is baked into his value. He's got the highest floor out of any top 14 overall player, in my opinion, because he literally will get you back what you pay for at the very least. As long as he's healthy, he will deliver and do really, really well. So getting Jacobs, a guy I personally, even in a Superflex league, rank in the top 12 to 14 overall, I was ecstatic. And I think he's going to get a ton of PPR work in 2020, a ton. And if he doesn't, I'm going to get my money back because he will have enough yardage and touchdowns to earn top 15, top 20 overall value. So freaking steal to get Jacobs. Now, I get some people still don't like Deshaun Watson this year because he doesn't have Hopkins. They're worried about whether Watson's going to be the same player at all. I'm not. I mean, I think he's going to take a little dip, sure, but I'm real happy and pleased with this value in a super flex because I now have McCaffrey and Jacobs at running back. I know that my guys like DK, AJ Brown, Hollywood Brown, you'll find out in a minute, are going to fall because in a typical draft, these guys would be there probably in the fourth and fifth round for me in a typical non-super flex league. So the odds of two of my favorite guys like Chark, DK, AJ Brown, a grip of those players, especially those sophomores and DJ Chark's a third-year guy. I love those guys so much, and I know that they're going to be there in a regular draft. They're going to be there for me, at least two of them, in a super flex fourth and fifth round draft slot. So I've got Watson at quarterback. I've got Jacobs and McCaffrey at running back, and I'm going to go wide receiver shopping from this point on. So let me screenshot the rest of the draft here and put that on screen. Come on. I had all this prepared. Didn't realize I had the wrong freaking screenshot. My bad. Okay, let me drag this onto the screen and get rid of this one. Come on, work with me. Okay. So, as you can see, Kyler Murray went at 2.11. I took Josh Jacobs, then Watson. Then it went Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who I would contemplate, and I did. But in a redraft league, one where weeks 1 through 12 are so important because even if you squeak into the playoffs and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is on fire, your week 1, your week 2, your week 3, all of that matters because it's an average. Your average score from weeks 1 through 12 is 1 total. So let's say it's 150. Then what you score in your first round of your playoffs, which is week 13, Let's say you score 150 to keep the math simple. You add the weeks 1 through 12 average to that total, so I would score 300 for week 1 of the playoffs. So that made Clyde Edwards-Helaire not a player I could take because we don't know if he's going to get run in week 1, week 2, week 3. He could start off slow, which is fine. And if you back that up, you'll be okay. But I didn't want to mess with that with the weeks 1 through 12 average type of dynamic in this draft. So I went with my boy Watson instead because it's Superflex. So Helaire, I love him in Dynasty though. Oh my God, I can't wait for Clyde to get unleashed. Julio at 3.3, Tyreek Hill 3.4, Hopkins 3.05. I mean, those are steals. Tyreek Hill and Hopkins at 3.5 and 3. It's crazy. Jonathan Taylor 3.6, same thing. In a Superflex league, and they're going to fall. But again, with that weeks 1 through 12 average, I couldn't worry about players like Jonathan Taylor. I think he could be slow moving out of the gate. Nyheim Hines is going to catch a lot of balls. Marlon Mack isn't going away. In a best case scenario in week 1 through 4 or 5 even, you're looking at Jonathan Taylor splitting time on first and second down, probably alone. And he's probably not going to get much PPR work at all. He could later on, but I'm going to guess not. That means he's getting 50% of just the first and second down work. That's not going to be a ton, and that's going to hurt your average in weeks 1 through 12 in this format. Next up was Matt Ryan. I hate this pick. If you're watching this, Steven, I apologize from fan. But I hate, so my advice in a Superflex is do not put yourself in a position where you're taking Matt Ryan, Baker Mayfield as your third drafted player. Stafford. Do I like Stafford as my second quarterback in a 2 QB league? Yeah. Do I like Stafford, Baker, Matt Ryan as my third drafted player? No. To me, that's poor draft management early on in your draft or anticipation for quarterbacks to fall you poorly and you mismanage that whole process, in my opinion, because you should have yourself a Watson, a Wilson, someone like that, and a Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Or if you fall really late and get Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, those two quarterbacks, in my opinion, are a lot better off going late than to be taking a Matt Ryan in the third round as your third drafted player. I think it's just an awful position to be in, and it feels like a total. Even Wentz at 4.03, I feel like it's a botched draft at that point, even in Superflex. Not a fan of any of those guys I named as your third and fourth drafted player. Now, as a late fourth rounder, early fifth, am I okay with Brady, Breeze, A-Rod? Yes, I am. And that would have been the route I would have taken had Watson not fallen. Now, I'll tell you this, it wouldn't have worked. I'm glad I took Watson where I did. I think Watson slotted really, really good in a 2 QB league or a Superflex league because he has the potential of those quarterbacks getting drafted in like the 6 to 22 overall range because some will sneak up into that range in a Superflex league. But Watson, you can get a lot later. So I was really plenty happy with that. Where are we at? Matt Ryan at 3.07. Chris Godwin, amazing value at 3.08. Leonard Fournette, 3.9. Zach Ertz, 3.10. Josh Allen, I like Josh Allen, but I don't like him as your third drafted player. 3.11, 3.12. Todd Gurley, I think that's unfortunately an awful pick. Melvin Gordon, I like that pick. So good work there, Richard. I think that's the same guy that we're going to talk about up above, right? So already I didn't like the beginning of the draft, then the Todd Gurley pick. That's the kind of position you put yourself in when you have to go Dak and Andrews early. You're banking on Todd Gurley later, which, some people love Todd Gurley. I do not. I think it's a bad draft selection in 2020. I think Todd Gurley's going to disappoint in a major way. What is this comment here? Kyle, Watson will run for a first down in those formats. That's why he scored 4th overall. Deshaun Watson was 4th overall in this format. So, and Lamar was, I think, 1. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Wesley? What's up, Sand? Okay, where were we? Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon. Kenny Golladay, 4.02. I love that value. I think Kenny Golladay his value is gonna go through the roof by midseason. People are gonna be valuing him as a mid-range wide receiver 1 at that point. I think he's gonna be so good in 2020. He weathered through quarterback garbage all year last year and still came out as a breakout wide receiver. That tells you something. He's a survivor. He's elite. He can get by with a bad quarterback, but watch what he does when he has good quarterback play. Watson has been QBR. Sam? Watson has been QB4 past 3 years is what Sam was trying to say. Sam, good job. Okay, Wentz at 4.03. No. Stafford at 4.04. I need to start hitting this button. What am I doing?
Take a lap. Take a lap.
That goes for both of those last 2 picks.
Take a lap.
That goes for the Matt Ryan pick up above.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Okay, next up,
Take a lap.
Chris Carson
Take a lap. Take a lap.
at 4.05. Lev Bell's okay at 4.0. That was 4.05. Lev Bell 4.05. Carson 4.04. Mike Evans, love that pick at 4.07. A-Rod, again, you get to the late 4th round in a super flex. I'm on board with A-Rod. DJ Moore, not bad value there. Tom Brady, I'm on board in a 2 QB league with Tom Brady at almost 50 overall value. I think he's gonna ball in 2020. So I like that pick. I was hoping Tom Brady would have fallen to me. Robert Woods, I like Robert Woods, but I was holding my breath at this point going, is A.J. Brown going to fall to me or not? And sure enough, he did. And I debated whether to go DK on this, but in this format, Allen Robinson gets a lot of first downs. A-Rob was scoring high last year. Sam says, man, your team is definitely the top team so far. Thank you. Appreciate it, Sam. So I went A-Rob and A.J. Brown as my number 1 and my number 2 wide receivers. Some would call A-Rob my number 1 wide receiver, but I liked it. I wanted to put A.J. Brown's name on the 4th round pick. I wanted A.J. Brown to get that spot, so I drafted Brown first. But at this point, I got A.J. Brown. I got Allen Robinson as my 2 wide receivers. I love those 2 wide receivers, given that I didn't take a wide receiver until 48 overall. I've got Josh Jacobs, Deshaun Watson, and Christian McCaffrey. So let me screenshot the next group. Okay, so let me grab that. I again apologize for the wait. I had this all taken care of, and I screenshot the wrong freaking draft because it's confusing when you get in there because you got to click on your division. There's like 12 teams in each league, or 12 teams in each league, and then 12 leagues in each league. So you got my A.J. Brown, my Allen Robinson picks. Then it went James Conner at 5.02, David Johnson 5.03. Not hating either of those picks in the 50s, but not loving them either. Adam Thielen, I'm not feeling, not with the options still available. Waller, I love that pick. I contemplated Waller at the 49 overall pick where I took A-Rob, only because it's a tight end premium league. Waller is one of the better picks in this entire draft. I firmly believe that. So nice job, Dooley. Nice job, Dooley. Odell Beckham Jr., not bad at 54 overall. I kind of like that. Amari Cooper at 5.07. Kirk Cousins at 4. Where's my take a marathon button?
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Kirk
Take a lap.
Cousins, really? I didn't even see that. I looked through this draft log earlier, and I did not see that. My eyes must have blocked that out. Kirk Cousins as a 56 overall pick in a Superflex league. You got to be kidding me. You can't do more damage later and get a Cam Newton, who someone might have gotten, and take one of these guys that's available that's still a stud at this point, a DK Metcalf, a Juju, a Calvin Ridley. Like, you're going to waste. I hope he's not watching. I'm sorry, Adam. FTN. This is the part of the FTN crew. But come on, bro. Adam. Kirk Cousins? Really? Like, I wouldn't even be comfortable starting Kirk Cousins. I would hate my quarterbacks if he was even one of them, let alone be my 5th overall pick. Oh, it makes me feel like sick. Baker Mayfield, as I'm ripping on that Cousins pick, I believed in Baker last year. He burned me pretty bad. Oopsie on me. I'm not feeling that pick right there either. I loved Baker last year. Baker, disappointment maker. No thank you. I'm staying away from him until he proves otherwise. I'm not touching him. Bad on me. Mark Ingram at 5.10. I like that. Daniel Jones at 5.11. I would have much rather had Daniel Jones than Kirk Cousins. Daniel Jones is going to break out in a big way in 2020. Smitty, why A.J. Brown over Odell Beckham Jr.? Why not, Sam? I love A.J. Brown, but bro, I like Odell Beckham Jr. as a bounce back. In 1 or 2 leagues out of my 577 leagues I do, Sam, I do want Odell shares. I've been putting Odell videos up on my Instagram, although I'm not like saying, oh, Odell's going to be the biggest, breakout or bounce back or whatever. I'm just putting, videos up and asking you guys questions. What do you think of Odell? My honest answer is I'm torn. I'm not feeling like I love the odds or hate the odds. I think that he's priced pretty well at 4th round value. If you're talking 2nd or 3rd round, forget about it. Don't draft Odell that high. He could burn the hell out of you. But if you're talking 4th overall player drafted value, Odell's worth a shot in a couple leagues, 1 or 2 leagues, maybe 10 to 15% of your leagues. Don't put a lot of shares in anybody, let alone a guy that's proven to disappoint you over and over. But I do like Odell enough to take a chance. A.J. Brown, I'm more willing to put a lot of my eggs in one basket on this one. I think I own him in like half of all my leagues. That is very risky to do. But there's some years where I have a gut instinct, Sam, where deep down in my gut, that mother effer is just being grabbed, my gut, and just squeezed like this, Sam. And that's how I feel about AJ. When you said the word, when I read you wrote AJ Brown and I read those words, my gut went like this, Sam. And it started to squeeze really tightly. And I get that feeling about AJ Brown. I get that feeling about Kareem Hunt, Sam. And I get that feeling about my boy Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Very rarely, Sam, does my gut feel like this, Sam. It just feels like that. And it just feels so good. And I know it's true. I know it's happening. You got to trust your gut. When your gut's doing this, you're okay. You're okay. When your gut's just doing this, trust it, kind of lean toward it. But when it's doing this, Sam, you've got to trust your gut. Go all in. Is this even going to stand up over here? I don't know. Okay. Where were we? Damn it, I woke the cat up. I'm going to get my ass kicked. Miss Mitty's going to kill me. I woke the cat up with the loud gut instinct analogy demonstration. Okay, back on point. Daniel Jones, 5.11. Like that so much better than the Kirk Cousins pick. So much better. Daniel Jones is going to have a breakout year. Slayton, Evan Ingram may not stay healthy all year, but he's going to ball when he's in there. Saquon Barkley is one of the better receivers in the league, and he's a running back. And you still got Tate. You got a lot of reasons why. No, Sam doesn't need to take a lap. He asked me a question. He wasn't for or against the A.J. Brown pick. He's just asking, why not Odell? So Sam doesn't need to take a lap. Sam's good to go. But I need to take a lap after I just drank all that soda, and now I got to talk. Hit the thumbs up on the way in. We've got how many people watching? Between 30 and 15. Only 11, really? Only 11. You know what? Take a lap. Anybody that hasn't hit that thumbs up yet. Punch it for me. Punch it for me, please. Wipe your feet on the way in the door, as we always say. Next up, DK Metcalf. I love that at 5.12. I consider DK up at the Allen Robinson pick at 5.1. So 11 picks later, DK goes. I love it. Now, I don't remember seeing this pick. Joe Burrow. This is the same guy. I love the DK pick, King. but you took Joe Burrow, a rookie quarterback, at 5.12 in a super flex tight end premium league that's redraft, and you took Joe Burrow as your 5th drafted player. That wasn't me wanting to vomit because of the pick. That was the soda. But either way, I feel like upchucking right now. And Sam, King, you're not helping with your selection of Joe Burrow at 6.01. That's crazy. And Nugent, you said Allen Robinson's a steal in the 5th, especially in this, the super flex format and this 0.5 points per first down format. A-Rob gets a lot of first downs. He's leaned on heavily, and he survived in Chicago under last year's conditions. Will be given a better QB situation most likely here with Foles. So if it reverts back to last year's, we know he's going to survive and do well. I shouldn't have drank that soda. I shouldn't have trusted my gut and drank that soda. Where am I at? Joe Burrow. Cam Akers, not a fan of that pick at 6.02. I know a lot of you like Cam. I do not. Cooper Kupp at 6.03. David Montgomery, 6.04. Juju Smith-Schuster, 6.05. Gronkowski, 6.06. 6.07. Evan Ingram. Calvin Ridley's a good pick at 6.08. Tyler Higbee, 6.09. Mostert's not bad value at 6.10. DJ Chark, I loved. I was so pissed off when DJ Chark got taken. I would have taken DJ Chark with one of my 2 picks right there. I was mad as hell when he got snagged. He's a wide receiver 1 in 2020. I can't wait to own DJ Chark, DK Metcalf, AJ Brown all on the same team. I think I might have done it in one league, but I want to own AJ Brown, DK, and Chark on one team as my top 3 wide receivers. I just think they're going to ball like crazy. But I did need a QB. QBs are rolling off the board quickly. I took Cam Newton at 6.12. Very, very happy with that draft selection. Kareem Hunt I took at 7.01. I think he makes a fine flex option, a 3rd running back in this format. I think he'll do well too. And I get that gut instinct I just displayed with my soda bottle there, Sam. I think Kareem Hunt's going to win leagues for people in 2020, and I'm hoping he helps win this league for me in the Scott Fishbowl League. I love the Kareem Hunt pick. I think he produces low-end running back 2 numbers right out of the gate, even if he doesn't start a game in 2020. But I do predict, using my gut and some, educated guessing on Nick Chubb holding up under the heavy workload he got last year, on top of the Stefanski-driven heavy workload he's going to get this year. Stefanski came from Minnesota. Last year, Stefanski turned Dalvin Cook into a beast and used Alexander Madison in a way that didn't hurt Dalvin Cook, but he still used him enough to make him flex-worthy on occasion. Hunt's going to play wide receiver a lot of the time in 2020, the word is, so that's going to make Hunt more than relevant to the tune that Madison was. And that won't necessarily hurt Chubb. But Stefanski knows how to funnel everything through that running game. He will do that same thing in Cleveland, which makes me think Cleveland could turn around a little bit in 2020 if they take the pressure off Baker. Don't make Baker do too much. Put it on the running game. And they've got 2 of the best running backs in the entire league. I like Hunt better than I like Chubb, and Chubb is a top 5 to 7 running back to me. Per start, Chubb will score top 5 to 7 running back numbers in Cleveland under Stefanski, who just showed you what he could do with Dalvin Cook last year. That's how damn good. Jay says 6.12 Cam. Of course, bro. This is a super flex league, man. Cam Newton was a steal at 6.12. Absolute steal, given the way these quarterbacks are flying off the board. Goff was one of the next quarterbacks taken. Hunt will only return value if he's your running back 3. He is my running back 3, bro, because I've got Christian McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, and then Kareem Hunt as my running back 3. So how you like them apples, bro? Chew on them. Let's take a look at my squad at this point. I guess we could go one more round. Yeah, why not? Why not show you this glory, this piece of brilliance right here? Things freezing up on my computer again. Gotta be kidding me. I don't know if I can even show it. Hold on a second. Let me kill this image here. Dash, where would you have taken Cam in a Superflex, or did you think this is a 1 QB league? Just curious. I wasn't meaning to go at you. I was just joking. But 6.0 or 6.112 is actually pretty good value in a Superflex for a quarterback like Cam. But tell me what you think. I'm interested. I think my whole thing's frozen up. Can you guys at least see me, hear me? I don't know. Everything's locked up. Son of a bee. I could try and kill it and come back. But it doesn't always resume my stream. And I hate to start a second one. But I'll tell you the rest. Unless it will let me. A stupid thing. Cam, I can't even read your questions. Let me get my phone. See if I can read your response. I could read your responses. I get my computer fixed tomorrow. But let me go ahead and show you or tell you the rest of the draft. Okay, so I'll just tell it to you. Oh, actually, it might have worked. Okay, let me drag that image on screen. Let me see if you guys can even see me, because my whole thing's frozen. I don't even know if you're there anymore. Dash. Jay says he forgot I was a super flex. So let me read the comments from that point on. 6.12 says Jay. Sorry, Jay, I didn't mean to sound like I was yelling at you or anything. But yeah, it was a super flex. Jay says, oh, I forgot it's a super flex. Why so many tight ends? Because it's a tight end premium dash as well. So super flex and tight end premium. Smitty, opinions on Big Ben, Juju, any interest? I think Juju is going to be pretty good if Big Ben can stay healthy. You asking me? I'm just trying to have some extra depth, says Mr. Wilson. You think Curtis Samuel has any fantasy value? No, I don't. And Jay, thank you for being an exclusive member to the YouTube channel. For those of you that don't know, you can go to my YouTube channel and click join when you're on a desktop, and it'll tell you how the 2 tiers you can join to be on the show. And when you are a top level member, I will call you up on the show at your request. So you can get on the show whenever you want. What's up, Marco? Wipe your feet, says Marco. Tony. Is Tony here? Tony, my opinion is probably not. They have DJ Moore. Tony, are you here? Tony. Oh, different Tony. Tony, I still appreciate this, Tony. I thought Tony was here. You think Curtis Samuel has any fantasy value? ? Sam said no. Probably not. N'Keal Harry is someone everyone seems to have forgotten about. I don't think so, big guy. I like him. I've talked about him a lot. Not everybody's forgotten about him. I think he could be pretty darn good. Sam says, subscribe to the channel will change your fantasy football life. Thank you, Sam. Your comment was held in moderation for whatever reason. I hit approve. YouTube apparently doesn't want you talking well about me. I don't know what the hell that's about. Why can't I drag this onto my screen? There we go. Okay. So here's the draft. Can you guys see that? I think we're back. I think I got the comments back. Everything's good. Okay, I'm not going to touch it. Not going to touch it. So it went Jared Goff at 7.02. it went Keenan Allen 7.03, Tyler Lockett 7.04, DeAndre Swift 7.075, Geis 7.6, J.K. 7.7, Roethlisberger 7.8, McLaurin, not bad there, 7.9, Tannehill. I'm not messing with Tannehill when I can get Cam and Watson. I feel like Tannehill is decent, but Singletary's good value at 7.11. Blake Jarwin, that's really high. Is that King again? Blake Jarwin. Oh, King. Damn, King. King, we got to have a talk, bro. What the hell you doing, man? Hayden Hurst at 8.1. Cortland Sutton at 8.2. King also, I believe, got Andrews up top. So he actually took Jarwin. He could at least got, if you wanted Hayden Hurst and Andrews. I know it's a tight end premium league, but Jarwin? Like, I like Jarwin, but this is way too high. You don't need to take Jarwin there, I don't think. Ronald Jones, interesting player to draft right now. A lot of people like Ronald Jones and think he can bounce back. I think Ronald Jones is a good prospect in 2020, kind of worth the grab, especially if you can grab Keyshawn Vaughn as well. Landry, Gesicki, Hunter Henry, Derek Carr, don't like that at all. Diggs, good value for Diggs. Devontae Parker, very good value for Devontae Parker. Tyler Boyd Gallup, and then my boy Hollywood Brown, my third wide receiver at this point. And then Jared Cook, my first stab at a tight end. I think we did pretty well getting Cook at 97 overall, almost at 100 overall. Sam, that might answer your question right there. You said who's one of my favorite late tight ends. Really late, I'd say Hawkinson. I like Evan Ingram a lot, but he's not necessarily going late. But Jared Cook in a tight end premium league where tight ends are going off the board early, bro, in the first round. Tight ends are going the second round, third round, and I got Jared Cook at 97 overall. He was one of the better tight ends at the end of the year last year. I think it was a great value, great grab. Pretty excited about that. Let me see if I can screenshot my team, if it's not going to be finicky, and bring that in and show you what I did overall with my squad. So let me do a little screenshot of that bad boy. Let me make sure I'm in the right division this time. Scroll down to Team Smitty, the Fantasy Football Show. There I am. I love this squad. Screen capture that bad boy. Come on, move around there. All right, here we go. See if I can drag it on. Come on. Work with me. Work with me. That boy. Okay, here's my squad. Ryan Fitzpatrick, just a backup in a 2 QB league. Cam Newton. Stidham, in case Cam doesn't work out. I thought that was strategic genius right there. Not that Stidham is going to like ball out like crazy, but what if he beats out Cam for whatever reason, or Cam gets hurt? At least we have a potential, scoring quarterback that, let's say if Watson went down, you have to have a quarterback. With all the quarterbacks being scooped up, that may not seem like the best move now, but knowing that everybody, there will be no free agent quarterbacks to grab. So you have to prepare for the worst. So if Watson were to go down and Cam were to lose his job, I had to have something in place because Tyrod Taylor could be out of a job. Fitzpatrick could be out of a job. I think this is a very good quarterback strategy for me to take. Let me just go back a little bit so you can see me. My running backs, Jacobs, McCaffrey, Kareem Hunt, A.J. Dillon, and I paired him with Jamal Williams. If anything happens to Aaron Jones, I have a good quarterback to play there. I've got two of my super backup rookies that can win leagues in Tony Pollard and Lat Murray. I really like the running back crew here. Again, obviously, I'm going to be starting Hunt, Jacobs, and McCaffrey. Wide receivers, A.J. Brown. I grabbed Antonio Brown in the double-digit rounds because it's going to cost me nothing. I'm not going to lose sleep at all if he doesn't work out. But what an amazing move, Antonio Brown. What an addition he could be if he comes in and plays even half of a year. So A.J. Brown, Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, Allen Robinson, DeMarcus Robinson, D.D. Westbrook, Conley. I could take them or leave them. I'm really, really excited about the trio that I have. And I think that the only player I wish I would have got would be Mecole Hardman at this point. Yeah, I do. Sam, I do like DeMarcus Robinson a lot. I really do. There's no trading in this league, unfortunately. I could have maybe grabbed... The reason I grabbed Conley... So if you guys might see a pattern here. I did some things to protect myself at quarterback. You see that with Stidham and Cam, especially given that Fitzpatrick and Taylor are both quarterbacks that could be, replaced mid-season or something like that. Watson's a running quarterback. I did something to protect myself into having a for sure quarterback in Stidham or Cam Newton. I did the same thing at wide receiver because I'm a little bit thin. I grabbed both Conley and I grabbed D.D. Westbrook because I think one of those guys will emerge as a pretty steady option. So that protects me into some kind of value at some point if I run into a problem at my wide receiver spot. And then DeMarcus Robinson, if only I could get Mecole Hardman, that was my goal there. I know handcuffing wide receivers sounds weird, but I think in this type of format, this deep of a league where people are getting scooped up left and right, I think it's a very, very good approach with wide receivers. So Jared Cook, Kmet, in case he develops fast, and Sternberger isn't a bad tight end in a 2 QB tight end premium league where tight ends are going really quick. And there's a lot of people that think he could have a good year. He doesn't have a big track record. Hard to really count on him, but that's not a bad option as your backup tight end in a 2 QB tight end premium, 0.5 reception and 0.5 first down type of league. There you have it. That's my sum total review of this draft. I do, Tony, love Mecole Hardman late. Now, before I go, I will answer some questions and talk with you fine folks. And I do want to ask that you subscribe to the show if you aren't already. Please hit the thumbs up if you have not already done so. It helps YouTube know to promote the show to more people, especially people looking for content right now. And they're like, hey, this thing's getting some thumbs up. Let's dish this show out to more people. Jarwin over Cook was a bold strategy. Big guy, I don't know if it was bold or just reckless, man. I said I was going to look at that one team after, the one that took Andrews, right? Mark Andrews. Okay, so the team that took Mark Andrews, I told you he was going to be in some big trouble because of the way he drafted. By taking Dak in the first round and taking Andrews, he was going to have a tough-looking team in a bad way. Because I don't like that strategy at all. He ended up with Dak Prescott, Drew Lock, and Burrow as his quarterbacks. Now, some of you like Drew Lock. I personally don't. I don't think he's a bust yet. I just think I'm going to stay away from him. Running backs, Melvin Gordon, Todd Gurley. That's it. I mean, Tariq Cohen, Malcolm Brown, Carlos Hyde, Duke Johnson, Rashad Penny, Chris Johnson. Those are pretty bad running backs when you consider he's got Gurley and Gordon, and that's it. I mean, Gurley's a very, very big injury risk. Wide receivers, he has Metcalf, Jerry Jeudy, Crowder, Corey Davis, Gandy Golden, the rookie, Michael Pittman, the rookie, and at tight end, Andrews, Hurst, Jarwin, and Kyle Rudolph. That's an awful. No offense, Rotoballer, but that's probably not his best draft. The team that got Lamar, let's break that team down because that's an approach you want to take in a super flex at number 4, number 5 overall. But you're like, how is that going to affect my running back? So let's see how it felt for him. Lamar Jackson, Gardner Minshew. Running backs are Eckler, Damian Williams, Tevin Coleman could work out, but I think Mostert's not going anywhere. Chase Edmonds, Brian Hill, not great running backs. I mean, you got to love Eckler, but that's pretty weak all around. But you got Lamar. Wide receiver Tyreek Hill, Lockett, DJ Moore, Devontae Parker, Adam Thielen. Those are some really good wide receivers. You toss in Higbee at tight end. Decent, but not amazing. I'm not liking that team at all. Not loving that team at all, I should say. It's okay. Another team has Dalvin Cook, Carson Wentz, Tannehill, Bridgewater, Haskins, Ingram. So Cook and Ingram, Ronald Jones, Nyheim Hines, Damian Harris. Okay, running. I mean, it's good running backs, I guess, in Ingram and Cook, but not amazing. And then in the wide receivers, Michael Thomas, obviously fantastic, but Cooper Kupp, John Brown, Renfro, and then Ertz and Eifert and Goddard. Not a great team. I honestly, I know I'm biased to my team, but I just feel like with Watson and Cam at quarterback, with Jacobs, Christian McCaffrey, and Hunt at running back, with A.J. Brown, Allen Robinson, and Hollywood Brown at wide receiver, and Jared Cook at tight end, I just feel like I'm completely solid all the way around, and I couldn't be more happy with my team. I love Eckler. I think Eckler's gonna ball, bro. Joe says pretty high on him if you can't tell. Joe, you have a large size melon on top of your shoulders because Eckler is going to ball, bro. And I love the doubters. I love people thinking that he's not going to be able to be a full-time running back. First of all, they're not going to ask him to run for 1,400 yards, Joe, right? The guy's a 500-yard rusher now, not because he can't do it, but because they haven't called upon him. Who said that he couldn't run for 800, 900 yards like a Kamara? Who? I'd love to interview the guy that said that because they have no justification for that comment or prediction that he can't do it. Why can't he do it? And even if he gets a little bit of a downtick in receptions because he doesn't have Phillip Rivers there to laser lock on him like Ben Roethlisberger did on Antonio Brown and does currently on Juju Smith-Schuster, guess what? He can afford to lose 5-10 receptions. He can afford to lose 100 to 150 receiving yards. Not that he will, but he can afford to because he won't run for 500 and whatever he ran for. I think his biggest year ever is like 550, 560, something like that. Eckler's going to run for 800, 900 yards. He can account for a dip on the other side of his stat category. I love Eckler. I think Eckler and Josh Jacobs have the safest floor value out of any running backs in the top 15 overall. Anybody in the top 15 overall, all positions, they probably have the safest floor. So I absolutely love these guys. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I appreciate all of you, and thank you for watching this update on my Scott Fishbowl draft. Hit subscribe. Get on over to smitty1.com anytime you forget this URL. And I've got a new feature I want to tell you guys about. Go to heysmitty.com. Now let me put that up on the screen here. heysmitty.com. Go to heysmitty.com and you can purchase a one-time phone call with me, and you can also purchase a Have Smitty Draft With You phone call where you have me for an hour. You can use half of it before the draft to prep, and then have me a half hour into your draft. Use it during the whole draft. Go to heysmitty.com. Let me come to your draft with you. I appreciate all of you. Talk to you later. If my thing will even end. I don't know that it will. If not, you have me on the outro here. Take a lap. Take a lap. My computer needs to take a lap. Computer, take a lap. Computer, take a lap.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you would be sure. Finish broadcast.